You ready?
Thanks, Amy.
Okay, we'll call this August meeting of the New Point Town Board, Town Council to order. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll have roll call. Jeff Schaus, president here. Councilmember Gary Wolford here. Councilmember Kelly Blodgett is ill. Sewage superintendent Randy Gibbs Jr. Town marshal Andy Hadler. Assistant clerk treasurer Stacy Schaus. And the main clerk treasurer is Tina, and she is here. Tina Marshall. Okay, next up is to approve the minutes of last month. I'll make a motion to approve those. I need a second.
I'll second.
Gary seconds it, so those are passed. Monthly directives, we will get into that now. First up, Mike was here. He is very busy. He told me, he said, but if we need him for something, to let him know. I said, I thought everything with the sewer was good. And I said, we have no problems if we do. He said, just to call him. Okay. So we're good with that one. Next up, we will have Sean Strange. He's going to address us about roads and streets and all that good stuff.
I'll try my best here. I got my laptop up here. I forgot to print what I was supposed to.
I think I got.
Grab it off. Oh, thank you. I actually got a newer one.
Gary, you need a new copy too? Gary, there's one. Stacy has one. I don't know how they got any blacktop left. They're using it all on the interstate. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Sean Strange with First Group Engineering. We have our office up there in Indianapolis. We've been doing this type of work now, the Pazer work for, I've been doing it for about 16 years now. I've been working with Troy Ortman over at the county for quite some time, probably for at least 10 or 12 years. We've been doing work with him on and off over the years, and we're working with him, trying to get some federal grant work, or some federal grants to help pay for some safety projects. I'll start with what the technology is. So we use LiDAR, which basically takes a snapshot of the area the computer can see with 360 imagery. We use a technology provider to take in that data, lots of it as we're scanning the roadways, to pick up the area around the car as it's driving. And of course, the most prominent thing we do is get road ratings, which we use for addressing the LTAP and NDOT requirements to stay up to date with the Community Crossing Grant Application Program. We also can do sign inventories, and we can use the reflection from the LiDAR on the sign inventory to tell you if the signs are in good, medium, or poor condition, as well as other things I'll kind of get into. So we do provide the data. If anybody here can use the data, especially with either in spreadsheet format or shapefile format in GIS. So as well as we can host the data online for you guys to where you can see everything in town. It kind of works kind of like Google Street View in a way, but with all the added features I'll kind of show you here in a second. So basically, as we're driving around town, about every 30 feet, it's taking a scan, picture, LiDAR shot, and the AI is looking at things like fatigue tracking, longitudinal transverse tracking, potholes, block tracking, rutting, depressions, all the fun stuff you basically use to rate a roadway. And of course, this gives you a Pazer rating. And the nice thing about the output is this is something you can see online after we process the data. And so you can see exactly how the roads are rated, where it's coming up with the data. Sometimes, for example, we'll have newer roads that won't have as good a PASER rating, and it's just because the contractors did a really bad job of making it smooth, so you'll get depressions and running and all that other kind of stuff. Sometimes we kind of have to ferret that stuff out. The AI is only as smart as this program. So LiDAR helps to find rutting and base failure. That's one of the things we like to talk about mostly. You have a roadway like this, especially with a bunch of shadows on it. You can't see the actual depressions in the roadway as far as rutting goes. So especially if you have people complaining about standing water, or areas just holding water in general, the LiDAR does a better job of finding that or those low spots. And the imagery, again, is like Google Street View. So instead of just getting a shot like some of the other providers I've seen out there provide, ours is 360. So you can go to each location and rotate 360 degrees, take a look at what you are trying to find as far as inventory goes. And so we not only do, of course, signs and pavement ratings. Other clients have asked us to do trees within the clear zone, say it's within 10 to 20 feet of pavement. We do pavement markings, and we do about anything that you can see that the AI can pick up. Utilities, utility poles, guardrail. I'll kind of get into that here in a little bit. And so all this stuff can be processed at the same time. That's why I've been working with Tim, trying to come up with a list of assets that the county wants to review. That way they can go after things like guardrail improvement projects, especially guardrail end treatments. Like guardrail end treatments in the county are fairly old substandards. So he was looking for other things as well as outside of the pavement ratings, sign inventory, sign replacements, things like that. So, and then right here, you can kind of see how the AI works. It's kind of hard to see from your perspective, but basically anything that it can scan up, like this is a bollard that it picked up, and then it can bring up that bollard in the output. So as you're scanning the roadway, this is kind of how the computer's seeing it. So it's fairly detailed. Usually if we do a county, we end up collecting about 30 terabytes of data. So, but it's fairly low cost as far as everything is processed and moved along through the system. The nice thing is the output is not data intensive, so it's not huge files for you guys. The output is literally just what are called shape files. You can then open up and you can read it on any standard laptop. So in depth, some of the things we do inventory: sidewalks, sidewalk curb ramps, curb and gutters, guardrail, barriers such as jersey barriers. Of course, pavement markings, pavement striping in general. It does do red reflectivity on pavement markings as well, so it can tell you how good the pavement markings are simply by the reflection that the LiDAR gives the unit. So if it's in poor condition, it'll tell you that it's in poor condition, even if it's just barely showing up on the pavement. Of course, see here, other things that it picks up that we've done for other clients before: buses, bus shelters, cabinets, such as signal cabinets, catch basins and inlets, CCTV cameras, fire hydrants, flashing beacons, manhole covers, pedestrian push buttons, retaining walls, standalone pedestrian heads for signal crossings, street lights, traffic signals, trash bins, of course, trees we talked about, utility poles, and even water valves. So just depends on what all you guys need inventory on. Again, this would be bundled in with the county's work if you guys decided to kind of go in with the county. And then, of course, the examples we would give, basic inventory output. That's the same output that I think Cam and the county has helped you guys with in the past. They've helped you with that in the past, you remember? Okay, that's what I thought. So either Tim would do it or we can help him with that process. It's real easy, so.
They just give us more roads to take care of every year.
And,
Is what's happening. And in this town here, we've got 3.5 miles of streets. We don't have that first piece of guardrail.
okay.
We do not have that first piece of a sidewalk. If that helps, any.
Sidewalk, okay.
If that helps any, that's
Yeah,
what we're down
and
to.
that brings the price down because you know what you're looking for, so.
I don't know of any guardrail. And there's no sidewalks now because everybody's taking them up. They've turned it in the yard. So that's okay.
I've seen that,
That way
yeah.
we don't have to take care of it. That's,
Yeah, if you don't have to take care of it anymore. So the output is used we can submit the output to LTAP, which of course, once LTAP grants you approval for your roadway inventory, then you can apply for community crossing grants. Have you guys applied for community crossing grants recently? So we've helped towns same size as you guys, like Hartsville, for example, go after grant funding. We actually got the grant funding on a fairly significant culvert project, just because it was drainage.
we got that problem now. In one. We've
Yeah.
got 2 spots in town where water stands. One of them's down there on the corner of 850 and 210 right there in the corner of Mary Taylor's yard. That water sits there and in the wintertime it freezes in that and it's cracking the road and the blacktop. Andy, I don't know how many times you've had to put cold patch in there.
Oh, yeah, it's road slip, that's all road is anymore, it's full patch.
Yeah, well, and what we need is a drain under there to get it over to the
Yeah.
creek beside it. The other problem is up here by Shepherd Boy Farms. If you notice, there's water standing there and it's from their dry ice.
Oh. No.
They run it out there with a bobcat and dump it on, it's not in the street, it's on their side of the road, but when that melts, that's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, finds a low spot.
And I need to check to see if that manhole covers anywhere right there. Because if it is, it's probably going down into the sewage. I don't think it is by that manhole. Then you speak of these things where you can check the road for manhole covers, correct?
Yep, yeah.
Well, twice now, the county has, when you go out 850 through the underpass by Bill Hurd's, when they re-blacked that a few years ago, they covered over that manhole cover. Had to go back and dig it up and open it back up. Well, just recently, they chip and sealed, right? 850. I just happened to be down that way, and
It's covered.
by God, if they didn't do it again. We got on the horn right away, and we called the county commissioner. We called the county highway garage. Who else did we call?
I called Sarah Pepper.
And there's 4 people we called right away because they need to get that uncovered. Because that is the low spot where the sewer, if it's going to back up, it's going to be right there and come out the top. So if it doesn't come out the top there, it's going to go up to somebody's home.
Yep.
Then who's going to take care of that? I'm just saying that but they had a guy there, named Rubel. Him and another gentleman were there within 13, 14 minutes. They told me that wasn't where it was, and I said, I know that's where it's at. So they had to go all the way back to their place, get a metal detector, dig it up, right there it was. And it was only down about that far.
Yeah,
Surely they had to see it when they put the chip and seal down.
well,
I'm
it needs a
sorry.
bump, and people complain about bumps, and so they don't want
Well, you
people to
don't-
complain, so
you
you
don't-
just.
No, that's not an excuse for that. You don't fill in no.
Well, I'm just saying how they think. I know better, but.
I know better, they know better. But they were real nice. The Rubel guy and the other guy, they cleaned up and they apologized. And I said, it's good. You guys came and fixed it right away. So that's good. But I'm just saying that, they need to be what they're, looking at and doing.
Yeah.
It's, okay, now you can go ahead after I have my little spiel on that.
No, you're
Done.
good. And that's actually one of the other things I was mentioning, talking about drainage. One of the things we're looking forward to is poor drainage.
Mhm.
So documenting any of those areas. And again, those notes can go to LTAP. They see drainage improvements. They will fund that as part of the community crossing. So
That'd be
Yeah.
good.
it was, the culvert we placed for Hartsville was, $200,000 culvert. So it was a fairly good size one.
When was this done?
It's completed early last year, so if you're coming in, which
I
side?
know where,
On
yeah.
the southeast side of town, and we went out there, the road was too narrow, 2 lanes. The guardrail had been unbolted and thrown to the side, and I'm guessing the combines going in and out of there decided it was too narrow to drive the combines through there, so. That was-
They can't get a combine up that road. You ain't gonna get through, are you, Andy?
We widened the roadway and put a new culvert in there. But that was funded through community crossings. When they did it, it was an 80-20, so they only had a match for every dollar they spent, $4 for community crossings, so. So for like a $250,000 job, or what, $50,000, so all that.
It used to be your counties took care of all your culverts. Supposedly they changed that law 18 months ago, this July. Yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, so.
I know all about that. I'll leave that at that. Go ahead.
So, okay, so getting back to it, all this information goes to LTAP, and once it goes to LTAP, they tell NDOT, you guys are good to go for community crossing grants. We tend to help communities, especially smaller communities, with what they can't do on their own, so, we do things like close out paperwork for NDOT, make sure that NDOT's happy, so you can go up for funding again. We've actually showed up on site while they're doing construction to make sure that what they're doing is correct. We've seen contractors try to place too much mix down before, just because they say, oh, the roadway needs to be leveled or something like that, and you're like, whoa, we're not doing that today, we're only going to seal the roadway, but that keeps change orders from happening, and change orders, of course, once you go over the grant, then you guys are paying 100%, so we jokingly call that the Price is Right game with the grant to make sure that we get as close to the actual grant award as possible without going over, so. But other than that, we do pavement inventory, we can help bid projects or quote them if it's under $150,000, so. But all in all, we're looking to do this for Decatur County, and then of course do with all the other small towns and Greensburg as well around Decatur County, so.
So you're wanting to do all the incorporated towns and the unincorporated, or just the incorporated?
We're looking at both actually. So since
The
the county-
unincorporated, the county has to take care of those. So it's, and right now with a town of our size, we're on a 4-to-1 match.
Yeah.
With Cross County, or whatever that is, a 4-to-1, so. That's a pretty good deal. If, and with 3.5 miles, to me, that's just, some of it wouldn't only have to be an inch. Some of it's been redone, but some of it needs, ground up and all that.
Yeah, milled and resurfaced.
The problem with our town, in what was it, 99 or 2000? When they put sewer in, let me tell you what, they tore that out of this town. In front of our house, it was a dust bowl. Right down the middle of it is where they put that sewer line. And they got to do it somewhere.
Yeah,
But this town was, and they just patched where they dug up. So it's patched all over town. And they didn't have an agreement with whoever did the sewer work to come back in 5 years. And we didn't have speed bumps. We got speed dips.
yeah,
And we've marked them, and Andy had guys out of Rushville come in, cut them out and raise them up. We still got 2 or 3 small ones. But that's all we've been able to do is patch and cold patch. And we've done a couple of side streets because they're only, how long are those? Do what now? 2/10 of a mile. We try to do one of those every year. Well, we ain't getting anywhere. We're
Yeah.
getting one done every. So it's that 4-to-1 match. I'd like to get the whole town 1 year, done 1 year and be done with it
yeah,
and not have to come back. 3.5 miles and no sidewalks, no guardrails. The only thing they got to watch out for is mark them sewer caps, and there are 3 cistern caps in town in the middle of each 4-way stop. We got to keep those. I don't think we want to cover over those. They're brick laid up underneath there.
as far as the paved roads in town, do you know how thick the existing pavement is out there?
Maybe 2 inches.
Okay. So if you milled it up, you're milling up everything, so.
He said if you go very deep, you'll hit dirt.
Well, and so what might make more sense is to just overlay what you have out there to get a thicker pavement, but then you're gonna have to raise like your manholes, anything.
They make a riser for them, right?
Make a riser for
They ain't that bad, are they?
Or you could just mill the areas around the manholes with a bobcat mower.
Somebody knows more about it than me, because I'm not a blacktop guy. But anyway, see what I'm saying? It's,
Yeah, there's a couple of ways you can go there.
okay, all right. Gary, you got any questions?
We'd love to look at.
Yeah, well, the cost of having you guys on, is St. Paul and Millhausen and Westport all on board?
So far, so good. I've not heard if they're.
Because we'd have to talk to the lawyer too and all this on this. Okay. So what is are you done with all this?
Yeah.
What is the cost of this to us?
If I remember right, when I ran the numbers, it's like 2,800, so.
2,800, is that per year or a 3-year deal, or what is this?
So it's a 2-year deal. What it is, since LTAP wants it scanned every 2 years, we can just do it every 2 years.
Okay.
I know some places will tell you they'll give you a cost per year, and then they'll give you a phone and say you can update it on your own, but I'm like, well, the roadway doesn't change unless you're,
The way this is changing, they keep giving us more.
so.
Okay, yeah, okay.
As long as they don't give you 46, right?
Well, I tell you what, the state has done very well there. I was up there mowing the park one day and I seen all these trucks pull up, lights are flashing, and I thought, my God, what happened? And all of a sudden their stop signs went up and flashers went up, and Andy and his buddies over there, they were writing tickets right now. But it's been a blessing. It has probably saved some people's lives there. Because they put one there, one at Dover, and one down here at Napoleon. But I didn't understand they took the one out at Milroy. I don't know, but anyway, okay. So $2,800, and that's a 2-year.
Yep.
Okay. What's the guarantee on this 4-to-1 match? Is there any? So we've never gotten a dime from these guys.
For the state. So, I mean, like for Hartsville, when we got them about a $200,000 grant, they matched that, $50,000 they had in their bank account. So then they ended up using that $250 to redo the roadway there, as well as that fairly large culvert.
Okay.
It was we ended up using a box that replaced what was out there. But it was funny, when first I went to it, the inside was collapsing, and I was like, holy cow, this is not gonna last much longer. So.
Well, this culvert we got ain't gonna last much longer. I said 100 acres drained through that area, and the gentleman sitting there in that meeting with said, oh no, it's a lot more than that. It all goes, and the only hole to get south of town is under the railroad tracks.
Yeah,
And that hole is just, I don't know how big it is, but we get a good rain, it's, oh yeah, it's pretty full. And if something happens to that culvert down there and it gets blocked up, holy cow, Gary and I'd be swimming. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's something else we got to work on. So it's a 4-to-1 match, and you guys charge $2,800, which is $1,400 a year. Okay, and you guys take care of everything. We don't have to do nothing.
well, and what it is we work with the county at the same time as you guys to make sure that everybody gets their grants. Basically, keep you guys on board with LTAP as far as payroll ratings go. So the 2,800 is the ratings as well as all the help with LTAP. And then, of course, anything after that, the community crossings or whatever, there's little amounts from that if you guys decide to go that route, or if you use somebody else.
So just an eyeball figure, just guessing, 3.5 miles, what's that cost? Just guessing.
Oh, 3.5 miles, yeah. How wide are your roads? About 25 feet?
No,
No.
let's go 12 to 14.
Attaboy. And we only have,
Use 14, isn't that a good number?
we got this street here, goes here to the east end. The next one over goes from that 4-way stop down to 46. That's 200 south. Then the back street's not even,
And you're probably not doing an overlay, it's probably the best way to do it. Build it up, otherwise you're all the way back down to the original gravel.
right. What do you think of this idea? What do you think of this
If it's just mill and resurface, it's about 600,000. So,
For everything, for 3.5
yeah,
miles.
well, hopefully there's no patching or anything else involved with that. But I guess is with you only have 2 inches of asphalt, there should be patching.
Well, we can cut that down some because we've got, about 5 or 6 of these 0.2 of a mile streets have already been done
Okay.
in the last 5-6 years, so we wouldn't have to touch those. So that's taking off another, that'd probably take off, what, a mile?
Close.
Yeah, we have to get an accurate measure.
Yeah, get an accurate, you're looking at 2.5 miles in, so.
So, I mean, if you're taking off that, it's probably getting 150,000 off of that, so
So we're getting down to 450.
450. And if you're down to 450, let's see here. So your match would be 90,000.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Now, this is not going off that Beacon Snyder, is it?
No, so we actually do have a third-party website. We can offer you the data where you can put it on Beacon if you want to, so.
I don't believe that Beacon Snyder for one bit when it comes to measurements. I was in one today, they was talking about Milford over there. They said, well, this is where the property line is, this is where that is. I said, you better have it all surveyed
Yeah.
to be accurate.
GIS, I've seen it really accurate in some parts of the state and other areas not so much. It depends on who was putting it in and when they were
Well,
putting
they
it
said,
in.
hell, you gotta get in line now because that Andy Scholl is so busy. Okay, so,
Oh, that.
4,500.
Okay.
So 4,500, they give us a 4-to-1 match. Right?
Yeah.
And you'll get all the money, you're just fighting.
Yes. What do you think of that idea, Andy? Easier for you to plow the streets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But, I know I got it, that one down there by the Taylor house, that's gotta be fixed. We just gotta put a culvert. Just put a box in and shoot it out in Jeff Elsner's.
Well, there's another one over by the diner.
Oh, that one that's.
Water stands over there at that corner.
Where's that drain to? I don't know, there's got to be a drain
Around the
somewhere.
corner in front of the old Foley place.
Then where's it go?
There's, I think it goes underneath the street and goes down the south side of,
That's
210.
I do know, I've got some experience with drain tiles, farm drain tiles and stuff that a lot of people don't know anything about. I'm pretty good at finding them, but
We've got a lot of old clay tile in this town.
I worked on a project up in Montgomery County on 231 just a couple years ago. We showed up on site. Contractor had buried a bulldozer down to patch the tracks. They were trying to pull it out when I got up there. And I went and looked at what they had. I'm like, looks like you guys have a buried fill tile somewhere that's basically stopped up. Went up to the co-op, found one of the old wise men of the area and said, hey, do you know where the clay tiles are out here? He's like, I can find it. Went down there. We found it. They ended up digging it up within probably an hour, found it. And I then traced it to the end. There was a pond at the end and where it had drained to and it had silted up.
Hmm.
And there was probably 400 or 500 acres that drained to it. So they were wondering why it was flooding.
We've got a little, that where you're at is true. We got water standing back there. We have to figure something out with that one later.
But there's a lot of 100-year-old fake files out there.
Well, the problem too is when people do build a new house, they don't think nothing about it. They just, if there were, Jenny Reynolds, not Jenny, but Tiffany lives in it. They cut through that field tile back there. And then they had that, I don't know. Okay, so, we will discuss this at a later, when I get my other partner back here, because I don't want to do it without her.
Okay.
you're working with the entire county, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, he was working with the county, but the St. Paul, Millhausen, and Westport have not signed off yet. They're talking to their lawyer, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Sean, if I understand right, you're gonna be doing all the pacer ratings for the county now?
Yeah, that's the plan. So,
Okay.
yeah, this is a lot faster now. I can probably do the county in less than a week, so.
So if you do it for the county, then the county's no longer gonna get their own base rate.
Yeah.
So then we can't get a base rate.
We will see what transpires, Sean. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
No,
Thank
my
you.
pleasure, my pleasure. Thanks for your time on this.
You're good to go.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's get back to where we were at here. Patron comments. Nobody's got any patron comments. Okay. We'll go to sanitary sewer and liens. Do we need to increase the hookup for sanitary sewer? We charge $2,000 right now, and somebody told me that is way too cheap. I don't know. We need to call Westport and St. Paul and see what well, St. Paul, you don't have to because they can't hook up. They can't put any new ones in. So we need to call Gloria down at Westport and see what they charge, if we could, ladies. We had 5 lien letters sent, and we've had 4 of them pay. We still got 1, and I believe some relative was in today, and they was gonna talk to them. And down here on the lift station by the underpass, that gas, I can't remember the name of it, that kicks on to pump it if the electric's out, the generator. We had to pay $100 to Premier Ag for the use of that tank because we did not use 500 gallons. We probably won't use 500 gallons, and
But we knew that going.
we knew that going in. We have to have that tank.
Right.
Because we don't have natural gas in this
You
town.
know,
So we,
unless that, we're out of power for a week, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, we're not gonna use that much gas.
right, and
So,
we've known this from the get-go. It's a backup and it's a good thing. That was on the sanitary sewer and liens. Anybody got any comments on? Yeah,
2 liens filed.
and we've got 2 more liens filed. So altogether, that's 6.
No,
Oh.
we have 3 liens total filed at this time.
Still filed, the others have been paid.
Yes, but we won't get paid for these until the end of November.
Okay, and there are more people paying with their credit card. That's a good thing. Some of the people that we couldn't get to come in and pay, they're calling, putting it on there, whatever you ladies call that thing. We're better at night. Okay, on any questions on alleys, streets, and roads? Oh, on that street, I did mention that drain. You know where I'm talking about. It's busted apart there and all that stuff. We'll see what we can get done there with that. I don't know if we can get that. We'll have to see. Next up is a railroad. I was contacted. Stacy and I went over by the diner. Kids playing on the tracks, setting those steel plates that hold the spikes go in and hold the rail down. Well, they set them up on the track. And the engineer ran over one of them, thought he hit a bucket.
He did hit a bucket because it's out here.
And we did hit a bucket too. But anyway, these kids were playing on the tracks and they had set them up there. One of them flipped off and was stuck in the blacktop. But the railroad, we called the railroad and, well, one of the county deputies did. What was his name? Richards? Real nice young guy. Him and the other guy showed up. I mean, they were there because he said that's a federal offense. And I asked 2 young boys had walked up that way. I said, "You didn't see anybody playing here on these tracks, did you?" "Oh, no." So it's, and I don't blame them. You got 2 county guys sitting there and I'm sitting there and Mike Reynolds and Jenny and stuff. I mean, it's, but if you see somebody playing on the tracks, call the county sheriff, call Andy, because they don't need to be on there. It's, like I said, it's a federal offense. And if you think you're going to walk down through there and pick up them spikes and those steel plates and take them up here to the recycling place, don't do it. Don't do it, because they're going to call the police right away. And let me tell you, there's a bunch of them down through there.
I'm gonna call him back.
Yeah. And the guy from the railroad was here that night yet that we called, because he he's concerned, you know, and that's good. We handled everything the correct way. It's good. Any questions on the railroad? Waterways, wells, and vegetation, I think that all looks pretty good. The vegetation, it's getting there on a couple, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, he ran weed eater last week.
The ditch down there by the church that guy has,
Yes, he ran.
and we have complimented the people that are leasing that house, the old Davidson house there on that hill.
Oh, okay.
She's got her brother mowing that, and that's the best that's been taken care of in years. I mean, he stripes it and everything, makes that yard look good. Waterways, the water's going out, of course, there's no water right now. Our sewer bill to Batesville ought to be a lot less this month.
Oh, it went down 1 minute
Would we go from 16,000 to,
to about 8,000.
oh my God, it's a miracle. I'm just making fun of that, it's good. All right, anything on wells, vegetation, and waterways? I don't know about that down there at, Gary, we're gonna have to go down and look at that, thing down there at, Shepherd Boy Farms, you and I. And then we need to look at back there on the road that goes up towards, Travis and Trevor and them. One guy told me that there's water coming across the road and it goes right down in the manhole. 'Cause I don't know if one of them, I think it's the driveway at Travis's, they've got it plugged up so it goes across instead of through their yards. So we need to take a look at that sometime. Okay. If you got time sometime,
Yeah.
we'll go look at that. It may not be nothing too, I don't know, but he said the water goes up there and it makes a gurgling sound. So, anyway, outbuildings and grounds, Randy, we need a count of anything new that has been bought.
I got it.
Got it all? Hey, great, because Andy's already given you his.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's appreciated. Let's see. Inventory, okay, that's all good. Inside the building, we've got a few rentals are scheduled, and we've got 5 more tabled.
We have like 5 more this fall.
So far.
5 more this fall.
Yes.
We did not have any high school graduation things in here. Oh, 60-second story. You know, the ladies are coming in here to do the quilting on Mondays and Tuesdays or something.
Mhm.
Well, Batesville Libraries all of a sudden have come up with you can tell
They come up with a room that they can use.
them. They don't want them up here. Batesville wants them to stay in Batesville.
But they're still scheduled 1-2 day until the end of the year. And
That's
when they
bad.
start working on the annex or whatever down there, they might come back here more, I don't know, but now it's just gonna be 2 days here a month and then 2 days there a month from now.
The one lady wants to come here all the time. Says they got more room.
Yeah,
The restrooms are just right there. We said, whatever you ladies need or want, we will step up and help you, whatever we can. Permits and ordinances, we don't have any on the books, do we? Okay. Courthouse and the lawyer. Okay, we got a thing from the IRS.
wait a minute.
What?
No, wait. She, you have information for the budget?
I gave them one. I gave you all one of these. This is from last year.
Okay,
And what I'd like you to do is put down what you would like to see the totals change to. Make it reasonable, don't make it outlandish. And I'll do the best I can, all I can say. Put it in there and see what they say.
well, I myself, I think across the board, 20%, and hopefully you get a little. I mean, I don't want to go outlandish, but 20% and then see what we can get.
So they were talking today on the internet about, not the internet, some of the treasurers were having a hard time giving everybody raises because they said, they've gotten other treasurers and stuff, and it's really getting really hard for the towns and
The
cities.
small towns are going to be,
I mean, yeah,
it's going to be bad for them. But anyway, we'll see what we can do.
yeah, I'd like to have that by next Monday, because I have a meeting with the, rep on, Thursday, I think it is.
Nash?
No.
Okay, yeah, I talked to him today. Permits and ordinances, we have nothing there. The courthouse and lawyer, the IRS has told us we owe them $4,000. But it may not be that. It may be just interest for something that was,
From 2021.
from 2021.
Yeah, this is from 2021. We just got the letter last week.
I wasn't on the board, so they ain't throwing me in jail for something like that. Was you on the board?
And then,
They can't eat me.
I called them, finally got through, the lady transferred me to businesses, and then I hung up the phone, and I couldn't get back through again. But I tried on Friday, all day long, could not get through. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow and leave it on hold and listen to elevator music all day long. But anyway, we found, or Stacy went in the back and found where they paid the taxes. So we don't know if they didn't pay the correct amount, or didn't pay on time, or what. But we've got the information to send to them and to give them if they need it.
That's good.
And then while we're on that issue, I've got it down here. From March of 2025, we were charged a $10.21 interest charge, and it was on taxes that we didn't include the OPO in. And so we paid it, but it was paid late. So they just now got that sent to us, and I've already paid that check of $10.21.
That was my fault.
And then the WH3, they also sent us interest and late fees, so if I didn't have to fill it out, once I filled it out, it's easy, I won't have to worry about it next year, because it's easy to do. But I had to pay 78.93 and 141.92 that wasn't expected, that's late fee and penalties.
Hmm. Hmm.
So.
Now that 2,000 each on them other two, they want to charge interest on that for 6 years.
That
now.
is, yeah, that is the, it's a total of $3,502.30. And that's since, that's one for sewer and one for town. Like I said, we got the ledgers, we've got the bank receipts, or banks that can cancel checks where they cash them. So I'll just have to find out what it is and see what I can calm down.
We've just got to stay on top of things, and
Exactly.
the last minute stuff doesn't work because the IRS doesn't care.
Like, well, I know.
They don't care.
Jeff, you need to go back to Randy to read.
What do I need to,
Randy.
Randy.
oh yeah, what about the sewer, Randy? I said, I told Mike our pumps are good, we just got to get one back.
Somebody saved best for last or something.
There you are.
Yeah, we got
I'm sorry.
one-
I'm sorry.
One's still getting, it's in the assembly process, it should be about done, that's gonna be our backup for the main station, but, had one clog at the truck stop last week, but, they make these, a long time ago when you said, man, we gotta have a strainer basket that can go in that pipe, they made such a thing. And Sue and those, quality repair guys brought it up as a solution for our
Okay,
issue with those flushable wipes and stuff going on in there. So that they're also looking and like quoting that for us.
Okay.
Or see what that would even cost or whatever. But
see what it costs.
they're kind of working on that too.
Now, you said that, okay, we've got a new pump and a used pump in at the truck stop right now. We got the other new one out here, and we've got the other big new one out here, and the one they're bringing back is a used big one for down there.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put it back in with that bracket. And I want you to ask them guys how much a bracket is.
Yeah.
So we can put that bracket on that other new pump, because every time they take one to get it fixed, they take our bracket, and then we can't put the other one in because we don't have that bracket.
Yeah.
If that bracket costs $300 or $400, we need it.
Yeah.
Just, call, what's her name?
Sue.
Sue. Be real nice to her and say, honey, we need to make sure we get
I'll do that. Yeah.
another bracket.
I'll be calling her every week about that pump.
Okay.
So we're making a call about Wednesday about that. So
See what's the chances of getting another bracket are. What do you think of that, Gary?
Yeah, if they keep taking it, we gotta have something. I mean,
It can't be that much.
you're sitting there without a pump, basically.
Because they don't have a bracket.
Right.
Here- Here's the
It's
problem.
just shaped, piece of metal shaped like that with two bull holes.
Yeah.
It's nothing fancy.
It's,
You just keep forgetting.
last time they come here, had to go all the way back to the other side of Indy down 69, get that bracket, come all the way back. So we just tell her, we'll,
Why not have a backup bracket?
That basket you were talking about, strainer,
Who
does it go in the lift station
Yeah,
Okay, it doesn't go where it comes out of their building, it goes into the lift station. Where
There's
it dumps.
a thing already where it comes out of the building that's
Right.
stopping some stuff, but it's like the strainer basket with probably 2-inch holes in it that goes under the inlet pipe that comes into the lift station, which ours has a pipe that had to get cut out a little bit to fit the basket in, and the basket's on these little rails, so you can go out there every day or two and pull it up and take all the stuff out and put it back in.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
Gotcha.
sits under the inlet pipe for the lift station, so the sewage can go through the holes, but the rags and the flushable wipes and stuff gets caught. It doesn't go down there and get sucked into
Get
those
in
pumps.
pumps.
They got a pump down there that continuously gets clogged, no matter which location. There's 2 pumps in each station. One of them's closer to the inlet pipe, one's further. I put them in the same pump in both locations, and it gets clogged every couple of weeks, no matter where I put it. So I asked, is it underpowered? Is it being looked at? But people who looked at it, who know more than I know, and they're saying the pump works, it's fine. They're like, it's just the wipes and what's going in there is the problem. So I don't know how the truck stop can stop it, if they can put signs up or can't stop truckers at the end of the day, probably from flushing whatever they flush, but especially when the wipes say flushable on the pack, but
You can put all kinds of signage up there, it's not going to do
it's not
that
gonna stop much. I don't think.
good.
And then those little baskets, I don't think it'd be too awfully expensive, it'd save a lot of, I
If they,
didn't really make such a thing, it's pretty cool, really.
if they can cut that out and put that damn thing in, I
Well, yeah.
suggest we do it.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. I'm buying it.
All right.
Yeah.
Something
I mean,
Just find out what it costs and call Gary or Idas to give you the okay.
I mean, if it's gonna save the pump,
Yeah,
it's worth the investment.
100%.
Them pumps are $7,000 and I'd rather buy whatever
Yeah.
that basket costs.
Yeah.
Can't be that much, it can't be that bad.
The main station's doing all right on just one pump right now, right?
It's got 2. It's going well. They put that new one in there. So we have a new one and an old one in there. And the one that we're getting worked on, I was gonna put it out there for a spare.
Okay, so we got 2 new ones in down there.
We have a brand new one in down there and the one that's been down there for a couple of years.
I don't think it's that old.
We have 2 good pumps in there. Yeah.
So we don't have that other new one. When did they come and do that?
That was a couple weeks ago when they came down and do it and let that bracket and then go up, but they came back down and stuck it in. It was probably 2 weeks now. So.
I like that guy there. He's,
He's way more knowledgeable than the guys before him.
the 2 guys before them, the one guy thought he knew a lot, but I realized he doesn't know as much as this other guy.
Yeah, they're kind of younger.
And the colored gentleman's very nice.
I haven't met either one in person. I talked to him on the phone. I could tell he knew what he was talking about, so I asked him a few questions. He's the one that's telling me like, well, about the basket idea. I was like, that's funny, because we said that a year or 2 ago. We were wondering if that existed. Well, it does.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, well, dang.
So they've got a key to the lift stations.
Mhm.
And he did bring it this last time, I guess, because they had it there at Quality Repair.
Yeah.
So if you ever need to know it, they've got a key. Adam Lysing has a key too, in case he's got to get down and shut that pump off of that line bus again. Okay, so you'll know that. Them's the only keys I
I
know.
mean, was
that
it this, we're gonna get the basket
I'm not sure. I think soon they were quoting it through
from? And to see through,
quality repair.
so I thought it, so I make sure.
Just kind of looking into it. 'Cause our station had need a little bit of modification to the inlet pipe, but I can't see it being too much money. I looked at it on the internet, but the thing is, it slides in and out on like a little rail system, so it does take a little bit of work to install
So
it.
somebody's got to get in there and cut that pipe.
Yeah, you probably put the rails in and
Ain't gonna be me.
I mean,
Surely,
I think about it all the time, man. There's something falling here. I don't know. And I'm down there near. I'm real careful.
okay.
Imagine getting down in that thing.
All right, anything else?
And everything else.
All right, thank you.
Got to spray some weeds on here. It's a constant fight.
Oh, it is, it's everywhere. You got to have,
I was gonna say that
What did Fred tell you?
that ortho ground clear. It's
No.
I'll spray and they're back.
it ain't no good. Fred Krieger told me what to get and you get it at Rural King.
Is it on your phone?
No,
Never let me know.
all right. I got it written down at home. I'll call you and or have her text you the name of it.
Yeah,
But,
they're
I
getting stronger out here. I think I spray them, they go away, and they come back stronger.
sprayed that at the park and I just about went 50-50 on that, what I used to kill it, and it killed it. This
Mhm.
time it's brown, so
Put a little more.
you gotta mix it
Make sure
heavy.
it's water.
Right. Okay, next up is COVID and ready and ARPA, and I'll talk about that ARPA at the end. Vehicles, Andy, everything okay?
Yep.
All right, I know you gotta get tires yet sometime,
Yeah,
right?
it'll be probably the first part of September.
Okay.
Into this month.
Do you have to order those?
Yeah, we'll have to order.
We'll just order them ahead,
They're
yeah.
not staying in stock.
Okay, all
And then
right.
the air conditioning fixed on there too, and if I check the brakes,
We got a bill today.
we got.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's an old one, it's now sent it.
Just now sent it, yeah, we just got it.
Anchor's got plenty of money.
Yeah, 2 months ago.
It was dated July.
July 31st.
They didn't double bill us,
So
did
that
they?
wasn't.
No, we haven't gotten it.
No,
I don't think so.
I took that back in like June for that.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, we did get, it's called holiday reimbursement. It's MVH, and MVHR is what the governor acquired for us. We got $338.48 for MVH, $338.48 for MVHR, and $204.85 to add to what we have been getting.
so it's $800 we got?
$800.
Okay, good.
Hmm.
It's $800 more than I thought it was. Okay, fire department, Mr. Wolford.
Had chicken supper a couple weeks ago. The numbers were off. Some don't know exactly how much. We got a meeting tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll have some numbers, but, you know, I didn't hear any complaints or anything. Peach sales went well, so we're still plugging away. Times go off, we respond. Yeah. They take a little bit for somebody to get to the station because we're not always sitting at the house, but
Greensburg left the station unmanned, had to.
that's their problem.
That's their problem, that's what I said.
I'm not,
Well, I
I'm not
seen that
getting into
whole
that.
place, okay. Okay, the police department with Andy is up. I seen a drag race in front of my house the other night. The boy from uptown with a four-wheeler and his buddy, they took off that four-wheeler and it was just like a, somebody pulled out into that house.
They completed 18 traffic stops, 8 citations, 21 warnings, 1 misdemeanor arrest, and 45 calls. And I sent Tina information on some items for budget, she told me to bring it up.
Okay,
Time for a new vest, which would be about $2,000. And then the in-car camera, if we go with it, it would be $3,000 a year on these items, so,
Right here.
yeah,
well,
something like that, right? So,
Yeah.
I did it for
$3,200 a
you.
year for the year lease for
Okay,
the car camera, and $2,000 for the vest.
That's all I have.
all righty. Next up. What is it here?
Did, you have any luck finding any grants or anything else?
So I get it for the budget, and I'll start looking.
I went to a meeting this morning at the courthouse with, Doug Westerfeld was not there. He had something come up. They were talking about, this blight and, what do you call that? Blighted houses and, with the overgrowth of weeds, you know what I'm talking about. He's talking about that. The county got $900,000, just a hair short of $1 million, 900,000. And the city of Greensburg gets half of that. The 4 incorporated towns, meaning Westport, St. Paul, Millhouse, and New Point, are supposed to divvy up the other half. But like one lady told me, that doesn't mean that you're exactly gonna get 25% of that. Because I don't know what Millhouse would do with blighted houses for $115,000, I don't know. But if you divide 450 by,
We don't know that till they
we don't know until they tell us that. But I sat there in that meeting with, it's kind of amazing. There was no county commissioners there. There was no county Danny Peters, Ernie Gottman guys are county council. None of them were there. Washington Township trustee was not there. Melissa Scholl was there, Chrissy Smiley, Doreen Gravy. Stromer was there for just about half of it, because they was talking about all the fires you guys have had at Lake McCoy. They was talking about that mess there. But they talked about that, Gabe Nobby wasn't there, his name's on this list. Samantha Wiley, I think, was there. The one on Back Street, if she'd just clean it up, get rid of the junk vehicles in it and just clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
The other one over here, it's gonna have to be bulldozed because the side of the house is falling. You've seen it, the old Ed Stark house,
Mm-hmm.
it's falling in. And the roof, this down here that, Wilson House, they've got all the windows boarded up now, pretty much so, and the roof's looking bad. So once that roof goes and that water gets in there, there ain't no stopping. So, I don't know, we'll have to see, and when we do that, we have to get the lawyer involved. And if he's not gonna step up and help us, maybe we're gonna have to find a new lawyer. So if anybody's got any in mind, Westport uses a lady out of Columbus. I don't know who St. Paul uses, but, I'll probably have to make a trip down and talk to Spencer and see what details, but, I brought up that culvert through the underpass today, and first thing I got was, well, you need to get a grant to fix that. I said, well, we asked to have this fixed 18 months before the state passed that law. And that was the end of that conversation. I could tell where that was going, I hope. I'll just gotta keep my things. But anyway, we're gonna get some money, I don't know how much. I will talk to Doug and try to get as much for the town as we can get.
And find out too if that's gonna take care of the unplated junk vehicles.
Right, but here's another trick too to all this. We've got ordinances against junk vehicles with no license plates. We've got an ordinance for, what I just talked about with the abandoned houses and all the other stuff. And everybody's done really good so far. It's, we just got a little bit more to go and it'll be good.
Well,
It's,
we contacted Spencer and Spencer.
yeah, he's not getting back with us, so.
We didn't do it.
You didn't do what we had asked, so we'll see what happens and transpires. But if you have any questions on all that, any ideas, I'm willing to listen. When it's the county, what they're doing, they have the county highway department come in and do it. I don't know, they come in with backhoe probably, and a dump truck or a dumpster. I mean, that's what they're using up at Lake McCoy. But they're afraid of taking one down because there's a basement under it and they don't want to have to fill it in. I haven't been up there in 5 or 6 years, but last time I was there, you'd better have it. Oh, it's bad. I don't know how you guys get in there with a fire truck. I don't know.
Very slowly.
It's bad. And the people were not friendly at all up there. They said when they go in to do these, they're gonna have you guys with them. Not you, but the county to go in there with them just in case. So, that's all I got on that subject, but, it's good.
One question.
Yes.
If the town does go in and take care of it, do the people have to pay the town back?
It's what we do. If we get the lawyer involved, give them a letter, you gotta give them so many days.
Right.
You can't give them 2 days. You gotta give them, some of it's 30 days, some of it's 45. But at the end of that period then, when we go in there with somebody to do that, we will have a police officer with whoever's gonna do it, because we don't want any trouble. And if Andy has to go in, we'll pay him that hourly rate to sit there and just watch, just to make sure we don't have any troubles.
But it all has to go through the courts.
It all has to go, we gotta go through the courts with everything. You don't wanna cross a bridge without having your ducks in a row. And we will do that. And I have a feeling that once one falls, I think it'll get better, will it not? It's hard telling. Some people are pretty hard-headed, because these people up there, what I'm talking about up there, they've already told them, well, we're just not gonna pay our property tax. Because they got a $120,000 loan on Lake McCoy through Napoleon Bank Finance. What's that called up there? A conservancy they got set up. Then the problem was brought up today. Who owns Lake McCoy? You don't own the water, because the water is the state's, right? You own the ground underneath it. And that ground underneath it's probably contaminated. They said that grass is really growing. It really looks good. I said, well, it should. But anyway, that's they've really got their hands full there. And it's not just there. Milford, they've got some troubles there, and they brought up Clarksburg. So, Newcomb, thank God we're moving in the right direction. I think it's we'll get our streets done. And if anybody's looking for property, this little lot across the 46 here is for sale.
That was what we must.
Yeah. To
Annexed into the town or,
once we start that and they start hooking in, do we want to annex them into the town? Mark Weiss is in town. Somehow that line, see, there is no line right there to them. It's at the church.
Mhm.
So then it's got to probably come down alongside 46. So I don't know. The only reason I'm asking is there was one person that inquired about it, if they could hook on to the sewer, which it can. You know, we just got to look at the down the road. And to me, Gary, the only place this place is probably going to grow is going to be right behind them, that field there. But you can't get behind Peterson's because that's Donnie Swagman. He ain't selling nothing. But that little bit of a field over here, that's probably about the only thing, except for maybe Doug Westfeld's mother's place. And he has said something to me about that, and I said, Doug, you do what you want to do. I don't care. But anyway, it's we'll have to discuss that when Kelly's here, see if we want to look into that. That's another place where you're going to get the lawyer involved, and we need him here to discuss that. What do you guys think? Good, bad, or I don't know. I mean, it's,
Big thing is, it's gonna be worth the investment. If we just didn't, do that 1 acre patch and, them, and Elliott's house on the corner, whatever, that house are on the corner, where you're just, 2 spots, and, you're not really not gonna recoup.
we'd have to see how much it costs and all that.
Mhm.
Because it costs about $780 a year to be on the sewer, right? 66 times 12, somewhere in that ballpark. So, and you're looking at, it's going to take years to get it back. But,
Right.
And
And
just,
then, if later on down the road, somebody does get some more property and then they want to be annexed in, how?
I know how Greensburg works. Don Electric told me that up there, the mayor. This is Greensburg. Your property borders it. You want to build a new house right there and you want to hook on the water and sewer, you have to be annexed in. That's the way they do it. That's what Don Electric told me. So we'll have to discuss that at more at length and see what's said. Because if we don't, not in probably our lifetime, but hell, the whole place around there is going to get built up. It's going to happen. Bill Graves. Bill Graves owns all that fields behind the diner, right? South of the diner across. Yeah, Bill Graves does. He'll keep that forever. His kids will be the one that get rid of that.
Jeff Armstrong.
Yeah. Okay, anything else? If not, I make a motion that we adjourn. I gotta go haul some trash in the car. Gary seconds it. This meeting is adjourned. We've got things to try to remember what to do with that paper for Tina, please. We'll stop by and give Kelly hers.
let's give her a couple days.
Yeah, I ain't getting sick. I ain't going over it. I had a cold about 3 weeks ago. I didn't like it. Somebody tells me you're getting a new employer.
Do what?
You getting a new employer?
Employer? Yeah, they sold, yeah,
How many they sell?
everything,
They sold everything.
everything.
I heard 2 weeks ago.
Harrison Sand and Gravel,
I heard-
everything.